Hello everybody, welcome to this week's 30-Minute Mentor. We're going to talk about building profitable lists for you today, but I want to know that you can see me and hear me. So if you can just type something in the chat box for me, please let me know that you can see and hear, and then we can get on with things. I'm going to go to screen share because I've got the presentation ready, so just that will happen in a moment. So meanwhile, if you can just let me know that you can see me or my screen when it comes up and hear what I'm saying. Okay, thanks very much, Tim. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's here. Let's move on then. As I say, we're going to be talking about getting profitable lists today. So if I go to my presentation, we can start straight away. There are problems with this building that most marketers find, and they're not always what perhaps seems obvious at the beginning, like how do I build a list? But building the list is important. You've got to start somewhere, and you need a list. As I've talked about all year, there are only two things you can do online to make money, really, and that is build a list and communicate with the list. You might make an odd bit here and there doing other things, but if you want to make consistent income, high level, you need to be building a list. And to do that, you need an autoresponder. We're looking at the problems. It's not a big problem getting an autoresponder, but it's an additional cost. It's something that you have to budget for. And it takes time to build your list. If you're doing something on a steady basis, you might be putting in 3, 4, 5 people a day into your list. Now, that doesn't seem much, but if you've got 3 people a day, that's 100 a month. It's 1,200 at the end of a year. If you keep going for 4 to 5 years, you'll have a list of considerable size, and provided you look after that list and you communicate with them well, it'll pay you handsome dividends, but it takes time. And it needs money more often than not to build a list, because where do you find the leads? Where do you get people that are going to opt in? Probably the cheapest and one of the most efficient ways, particularly if you're getting started, to build a list is using solo ads. But it's all doing the work yourself. It's difficult to leverage things. Okay, you can leverage another person's list by sending an ad to them. That's what a solo ad is. You say to somebody, can you send this letter out to your list for me, please? And the people that are interested in that letter, then they'll click on the links and they'll opt into your list. And of course, you'll pay for that. So as I say, the problems are with building the list that you need that autoresponder. It takes time to build because you can't leverage it and it needs money. So that's where a lot of people get unstuck. They want instant gratification, and it's not going to happen. And communicating with the list, how do we go about that? People have to set up autoresponder messages. You have to have an autoresponder sequence so that when people opt in, they're going to get a set series of messages, and these messages need to be done correctly. They need to be professionally written, ideally, but a sequence of about a dozen messages by a top copywriter is going to cost you anything from $10,000 to $15,000. So you've got to learn to do it yourself. And more important than those set sequence, you also need to be making broadcasts to people. You need to be communicating on a daily basis, talking to people about what's going on in your life, what's happening here and there, how you can help them, what do they need, asking them questions. And once you've got those two things set up, what are your open rates likely to be? Because people expect that everybody that subscribes to their list is instantly going to want to see what they have to say, and they're going to open all their messages, and that's not going to happen. The average open rate for most people with most lists is between 5 and 10%. So if you've got 1,000 people on your list, you're probably only going to get 50 to 100 people actually reading what you've sent out. And if you're sending out on a daily basis, that's 50 to 100 people a day. And they won't always be the same people. It could be that 60 to 70% of your list will open emails. 30% of them never will. But they're not all going to open on the same day. It just depends how the mood takes them and how the subject line of your message grabs them. It might be something that they think, oh, I'm not interested in that, or I can't be bothered with that, or it might be something that they say, yeah, let me have a look at that. So you need to have those messages in place, but you also, as I said, need to have the broadcast, and the broadcast will often get a better open rate than your autoresponder messages, because you'll be talking about topical things. If you say, hey, yesterday I sponsored 10 people into my business, want to know how I did it? This sort of thing. So you can get better results with your broadcast, but open rates are going to be smallish percentages, 5 to 10% usually. Some people get, they've got a really good list, they'll get a 30% open rate. 30% is usually about as high as it gets. I mean, I do know one or two real top marketers and email marketers that get well over that, but generally speaking, if you're getting anything over 10, you're doing pretty well. And then the click-through rates, because you've got links in your message that you're sending out, click here to find out more, or check out my latest blog post, whatever it may be. Your click-through rates are going to be lower, obviously, because not everybody that opens the email is going to be interested enough in what you've said to actually click on your link. So you might get 10% open rate, but you might only get a 2% click-through rate. So not everybody is going to see what you've written, and not everybody is going to get where you want them to go. So this is another problem that people have with the list. And then even if you do get people that are opening, most of the people on your list joined for a free offer. That's what you taught to do. You've taught to give a good free offer away, something of value to people in exchange for their email address. And that is far removed from a buyer. Somebody that's opted in for something free is not necessarily ever going to buy anything from you. So your list is probably not buyer orientated, because there's no real trust established, because the people that are looking for free things. So how are you going to go about turning subscribers into buyers? And even if the first two slides that we looked at here, the building of the list and the communicating with your list, you're okay at, this is where most people slip up. This is where Goofy falls over, if you like, because he's got all these subscribers on his list, but nobody ever buys anything. So there are those difficulties. So what's the solution? Are you ready for a change? Are you ready to know how we can use technology and use systems to improve all of these things and to solve the problems that are existing? How you can make your message instantly pop up on people's computer screens so that they're bound to read it. It's just there. Even if they don't go through it in great detail, it appears and they have to delete it. Or on their mobile phone. There's new technology that allows this to happen. You can send a message to thousands of people with a click of a button, and as soon as they're on their computer, boom, it pops up on their screen. So you're getting people's attention that way. You're getting people able to see your message. They don't have to go through their email thing and decide which emails they're going to click on and open, because it's already opened there for you. So have a think. What would perhaps 1 million targeted buyers do for your business? If you had 1 million targeted buyers that you could send an email to, send a message to. Buyers, not just people that have opted in free. Can you start to imagine how that might change your life? We've put together a system, and a system that is global, and it's going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to have the ability to contact those people. And it's going to help you have the ability to get your messages actually in front of them, not just on a list of emails that are going to get deleted or diverted into a spam folder without them even seeing the subject line. And it's something that you can join free. But there are 5 paid plans, and they start at just $2 a month. $2 a month. Now, as a free member, you'll be able to build a list, and you can mail that list. And, for example, you'll be able to leverage that list building as well, because you'll be able to send a message to not only the people that you get to join your list, but also the people that join their list. So if you introduce 10 people who also introduce 10 people, and remember this is free, it's not hard to introduce 10 people free, you'd have a mailing list of 10 that you introduced and 100 that other people introduced. That'd be 110 people you could mail. And if you did that every month, instead of adding 10 people a month into your business, you'd have 110 people a month added into your business. So instead of having 12 to 1,500 people at the end of a year, instead of having 100 to 120 people at the end of a year, you'd have 12 to 1,500 people at the end of a year. And that's how you can leverage this. And that's assuming that all of these are free and stay free. And your offers are going to instantly pop up on their screens, their desktop or their laptop or their smartphone. But as a paid member, remember this starts at just $2, but there's a big difference between somebody that will pay $2 and somebody that will just opt in free. They are 10 times more valuable to you, at least 10 times more valuable to you. In fact, I'd rather have a list of 50 people that have bought something from me for $2 than a list of 1,000 people who've opted in for a freebie. And as a paid member, you can introduce 10 people who introduce 10 people, and you'll have a mailing list of 110. But you can also mail to the people that they introduce. So that'd give you another 1,000 people. So you'd have 1,110 people. And that's just looking at 3 levels. And this goes for unlimited levels as a paid member for just $2 a month. So just looking at 6 levels, if you only introduce 10 people, that would be 100 people on level 2 and 1,000 people on level 3. And 10,000 people on level 4 and 100,000 people on level 5 and 1 million people on level 6 and so on. Now we know that everybody isn't going to introduce 10 people. Some will introduce more, some will introduce less. Some will introduce 10 people a week, some will introduce 10 people a year. Some will introduce nobody. Some will introduce 10 people a day. But you see the potential for this. And we're talking about free members here, but some of them will upgrade. And those that upgrade are going to be worth much, much more than those freebies. And is it worth $2 a month to expand from 110 people to over 1 million people? I think most people will decide it is. Don't forget, these offers that you send out can be anything. They can be an ad, they can be a CPA offer, they can be an introduction to your biz op, they can be anything you want to send out, and they're going to instantly pop up on their screens, their desktop, their laptops, their tablets, their smartphones. Now, in addition to your ability to mail people in your introduction matrix, which is what I'm going to call what you've just seen, because that's all started by you introducing people. That's all started by you referring people. And they join. And so they get placed in your personal group. And you'll always be able to mail those people and the people that they introduce, even as a free member. And then as a $2 member, you'll be able to mail all the other people that get introduced that you started, and do that snowball. But in addition to that, each month we spin the company matrix. Now, if we've got 100 members and they're each introducing 10 members a month, say, that's 100 people introducing 10 people, so that's 1,000. So while you may only have that little list at the beginning, there's a much bigger company matrix going on. And what we do with that company matrix is we spin that every month. When I'm talking about spinning, it's like a random placement in our company matrix. And it's the same as your matrix. It's just a 2 by unlimited number, down and down and down and down. It's a fixed matrix. It's a 2 by unlimited levels. And what we do every month, we just randomly place everybody that has joined through anybody's system that are in that company, boom. So you could end up at the top, you could end up at the middle, you could end up at the bottom. It's unlikely you'd be at the bottom, because every month the new people that join are placed at the bottom. And it's only the people that have been in for the previous month that are randomly placed. So as long as you've been in for more than a month, you're unlikely to ever be at the bottom. In fact, that would only happen, or would only be possible, if nobody came in the next month. So you can see that as we go along and we spin that, every month's going to be in a different position. And you're going to have a position on one of our levels, and every month you're going to get a different downline. And these are people that you would never normally have had access to. So essentially each plan, because I said we have I got that right? Have I missed something? We have 5 levels, but I thought we had a slide for that. Maybe I've missed it, or maybe it's coming up later. But each plan that we have, each of these 5 plans that we have, has essentially 2 matrices. It's got your own personal matrix, and that can be as wide as you want, depending on how many people you personally introduce. And then there is the random mailing matrix, which is a 2 by unlimited matrix. And what we do is we combine those each month to give you the total number of members you can mail. So in addition to your personal matrix, you will have additional people every month, fresh people that you'll be able to send these instant messages to. As I say, you're going to get people you would never normally get in contact with. And the only people that are getting shuffled about are the paid members. The free members don't get into this. So the people that you get from this random matrix are all buyers. And better still, we're going to pay you to send them your offers. You're actually going to get paid to send your offer to these people. Here it is. We have 5 mailing matrices, and they're all randomly rotated every month independently, because there'll be different people in each one. So if you're in all of them, you could be at the top in one and at the bottom in another and midway through in another, or whatever. It's all random. And the next month it could be different again. You could be at the top of 2 of them, or you could be in the middle with all 5. As I say, it's all completely random. Every month it'll change. And as I said, we've got 5 plans, and they start at just $2 a month. And the next plan is an additional $3. So if you want to be in plan 1 and 2, it's going to cost you a total of $5. And if you want to be in plan 3 as well, it's going to cost you a total of $10 because that's an extra $5. Plan 4 is an extra $10, which will be a total of $20, and plan 5 is $20. So to be in all plans would be a $40 a month investment. Now each of these matrices, as I say, is operated separately, and they come so that you can mail them different offers to each plan, or you could, if you wanted, send the same offer to all of your plans. It would be your choice. And each matrix, I told you, you get paid to send these people messages, and each matrix pays the same commission percentage-wise. And you can't join plan 5 without being in plan 4. You can't join plan 2 without being in plan 1. Excuse me, I feel a sneeze coming on. Maybe it'll disappear. So you've got to be in plan 1 to be in plan 2. You've got to be in plan 2 to be in plan 3. You've got to be in plan 3 to be in plan 4. You've got to be in plan 4 to be in plan 5. And when somebody moves along, they follow their sponsor. So as long as you keep ahead of the people that you introduce into the business, as long as you keep ahead of them, they will always be in your business in the next level, in the next plan. So why would you want to be in more plans than just one? Why would you want to be in plan 2 as well as plan 1? Of all plans, instead of just sticking with the $2 a month? Well, you should be aware that mailing members in plan 5 is far more likely to be profitable because they are buyers at the $40 a month level, and so they're not afraid to dip into their pockets. They are $40 a month buyers as opposed to $2 a month buyers. Now, somebody that's buying at $2 a month might be what we call a lottery type player. They are prepared to just have a go at something. Oh yeah, I'll have a go at that because it's only $2 and we'll see what happens. But somebody that's investing $40 a month has thought seriously about this. They understand what it takes to make money online. They're the people that are going to make things happen and make things work. And these are buyers at the $40 level, and they are priceless. I would rather have 5 $40 buyers than 1,000 free subscribers in my list. Now, all these plans work independently. They all pay you commissions independently. And they pay you 20% for everybody that you personally sponsored. So as I say, as long as you keep in front of people, when they upgrade, they will fall into your business and you will get paid for them 20%. So 20% of their monthly fee goes to you. So you only have to sponsor 5 people in any plan to get that plan totally 100% free. And any more than that, and it's not hard to get people into this, any more than that puts you into profit. And then 45% of what they pay, so there's a total of 65% being paid out here, 35% is being used to cover the fees for collecting the money and the administration and the staff and everything else that's going on. And you can imagine to run the service for this is going to be very, very expensive. So 35% is going for that, but 65% is being paid out. 20% to the sponsor for helping us grow the business, and 45% is paid out to you for mailing your offers to the people that fall into your random placement in any given month. Just looking at the personally sponsored commissions, your 20% equates to 40 cents in plan 1, 60 cents in plan 2, $1 in plan 3, $2 in plan 4, and $4 in plan 5. So if you sponsor 1 member who joins all plans, you would make a total of $8 a month. Plus, and this is very important, any mailing matrix commissions for you having sent your offers out to whoever has fallen into that mailing matrix. So let's just have a look at the potential with just 126 paid members, and we're just looking at plan 1 initially. Now, as I said, this is a forced to buy unlimited levels matrix, and 126 members company-wide. Not talking about you having introduced them, and not talking about anything to do with that. You might just have joined and not got round to introducing anybody yet. But you could wind up on top of this company matrix. You could be in the top spot. And on level 1, you'd have 2 people because it's forced. Level 2, you would have 4 people. Level 3, 8 people. Level 4, 16. Level 5, 32. And level 6, 64 people. And if you add those up, that's 126 people. And if somebody else joined, that would open up level 7. And they would be placed on level 7. Now, because there are 6 levels in our example, that 45% is going to be split 6 ways. So 45% of that $2 at the plan 1 is 90 cents. You divide that by 6 for each level because we split it evenly between each level, and that's 15 cents per level. So you would get 15 cents for everybody that fell onto all these different levels. So you'd earn 30 cents for level 1, 60 cents for level 2, $1.20 for level 3, $2.40 for level 4, $4.80 for level 5, and $9.60 for level 6. And as long as you send a mail to those people, we're going to pay you that 15 cents for every mail you send to everybody that falls into your matrix. So you would make a total of $18.90. And remember, this is with just 126 people in the whole company. We are targeting over 100,000 by the end of the year. And you could be anywhere in this matrix earning these levels. So it depends how many levels there were below you. If you were at level 3, you would have 3 levels below you. So you would earn 30, 60 and 120. You see how this works? Nobody misses out. Everybody makes something, and this changes every month. It's not like somebody who's this master recruiter is at the top there and says, oh yeah, I make $2 million a year and all my people make less than me, because you could be the top person next month. So let's look at the same scenario in plan 5. Now remember, people are paying $20 for plan 5 as a part of the $40 total commitment that they have. There'd be the same number of people on each level, provided there were 126 people, just company-wide in plan 5. So level 1 would pay $3, because now we'd be looking at $1.50 for each person on each level. Level 2, $6. Level 3, $12. Level 4, $24. Level 5, $48. Level 6, $96. Total of $189. Now, once again, remember, this is just 126 members in the whole company. And you don't need to have introduced anybody as long as you are a member of Plan 5. You'll be able to mail the people that fall into your matrix, and you will get paid $1.50 for everybody you mail. Can you imagine the potential once we reach 100,000 members? And we're going to reach that 100,000 members this year, and probably more. So it's going to expand the number of levels, because we're still only allowing 2 people on each level. But what it means is now, if you were perhaps at level 3, you would be getting paid down to here. You'd still be getting paid on 128 people down here. People are going to be making more money as we have more levels added in. As we add more levels in, the amount paid at each level is going to reduce, because we're going to split it equally. But this is where you're going to win over almost I believe every other program that's out there. See, normally a company sets up a plan like this and they say, we're going to pay you through 10 levels. And then they start to let people recruit. And they know that until we get down to level 11, they're going to be making extra money on these levels. They're not going to be paying out all they say they're going to be paying out, because there's nobody to pay out up here. So the people up here, there's nobody to pay above them. What we're doing is we are taking everything we say we're going to pay out, and we're paying it out. We're splitting it between the levels that are there, that are filled. So the more levels we have, the smaller the amount, but the more potential income there will be. It might be a hard concept for you to grasp. But to get to 100,000 people, we would actually need to have 16 levels in place. So if we look at Plan 5, and if we had 100, we've shown 131,000 there, because that fills actually level 16. But we're looking at Plan 5, people are paying 20%. 45% is paid out to you or the members for mailing. That's $9. That $9 is split between 16 levels. It's 56 cents for everybody that is mailed to on each level. Now, if you're at the top of this matrix, you're going to be getting paid $1.13 for those 2, $2.25 for these 4, $4.50 for these 8, $9 for these 16, and so on. And these 65,000 down here, you're still going to be getting paid 56 cents. But that's $36,000 for those people. Now, most people that get involved in an opportunity never ever have the chance to do this. They're not capable of building a business that's this big. These are the cumulative figures, 131,000. You see, we just keep adding the levels up so that we know how many we've got in total. And these are the cumulative income, because you don't get paid just on this. You're still getting paid on that and that and that and that and that and that. So that's $1.13 plus $2.25, $3.38 plus $4.50, $7.88 plus $9, $16.88, and so on. So here you're getting paid, if you're at the top of this matrix in this month, not only do you get to mail out to 131,000 people that are all buyers at $40 a month, because they've got to be in all the matrices to get here, $40 buyers, you get to mail 131,000 of them. You're going to get paid $73,000. And that can happen for anybody. Now, most of the time, this is these top dogs, these heavy hitters, these people that are used to making big money and they can go out and recruit massive groups, and the people within their groups making less than them, and most people are making very little. But here, you've got the chance to be top dog every month. Every month there's a complete reshuffle. You could end up anywhere, but you're going to be making some money. Every month somebody would be getting paid over $73,000 with just 100,000 paid members. And they may not have even introduced a single person. They may not have even introduced a single person. All they did was they joined last month. They upgraded in all 5 levels. It's costing them $40 a month. And the first month, they're down at the bottom with all the other new joiners. Month 2, they're spun round. They're randomly placed. And they could be at the top. In month 2, they could make $73,000 without ever having sponsored a person. And they could also be mailing an offer to 130,000 buyers. $40 a month buyers. But what if they're not getting at the top? Well, that's the power of this plan, because it levels the playing field for everybody. Everybody wins. Because if you're not at the top, let's suppose you're in the second position, you're still going to be making $36,000. If you're on the next level down and the third level, you're still going to be making $18,000, and so on. This is how it works. No matter where you're placed, you're going to be making something along here. The higher you're placed, the more you're going to make. But if you're not placed high this month, maybe at the middle or towards the bottom end, and you may be only making $70 or something like that, next month you could be making the top money. Now, this system's taken years of planning and programming, and it's well worth $40 a month just for the mailing benefits. I hope you can understand that an autoresponder with 10,000 subscribers can easily cost you over $40 a month to maintain. And how many people in that $10,000 are actually going to open the emails? In that 10,000 subscribers? You'd be lucky if you get 1,000 of your mails opened. Here, 10,000 subscribers, if you're mailing to 10,000, 10,000 are going to get opened. They're going to appear. They're going to pop up on somebody's screen. Now, they may not take action with it, but you've got a better chance of somebody taking action if they see it than if they don't see it. But also, with the personally sponsored commissions, it means that if you bring in just 5 people at the same level, it's totally free. It's never going to cost you anything. And the more people you bring in, you're going to start making money on the personally sponsored commissions, as well as the opportunity to earn from that random mailing matrix. So in addition to the value you're getting, the random payments can be massive each month. And you'll soon start understanding why this is so powerful and why it's going to grow so fast. You know, people regularly spend in excess of what we're charging for our fees monthly, sometimes weekly, sometimes daily on lottery tickets. And they've got far less chance of getting anything back, and there's no other benefits. Here, people are putting money in and they're getting true, real value for their money, plus a really very, very good chance of making in excess of their expenditure. Right now, because we are just getting ready to launch this and we need a few members in to trial, test, and to set examples up where we can show people what's happening and actual mailings going out and the way that emails are going to pop up on to a laptop and how they can be seen. We need a few people in. And so we are providing you right now with discounts that can save you as much as 65% for a whole year. Well, they're not going to be available for very long. We don't need a lot of people to test with. We don't need a lot of people to run examples with. But they're available right now, so you can claim them and you can be in pole position for an absolute fortune when we launch. And if you buy now, your 12 months won't start to run until we actually do launch. So you're not going to lose anything by getting in now. In fact, you're going to gain, because you're going to be higher up that first month's matrix when we do the mailing matrix, because there's going to be no shuffle. It's just the order that people join in month 1. In month 2, everybody new that comes in will be down at the bottom, but those that were in month 1 will be shuffled. So right now, if you're in first, you are going to be right up at the top in month 1. So after taking up your chosen offer, you'll be redirected to a welcome page where the registration process will be explained. In fact, we're still building the registration page, so you'll just get an opportunity to opt in to a notices list, and we'll let you know as soon as available when you can register. And you'll be given the chance to select your sponsor so that existing relationships may be maintained. So if you've got people that are already coming in that have been in your downlines before and they want to stick with you, all you need to do is ask them to make sure that they're joining under you, and there'll be an opportunity for them to select you as their sponsor. And if you've not been good to them and they say, I don't like this guy, he sponsored me into this and was no help, they will also have the opportunity to select a different sponsor. So you get your rewards. Now, we're expecting to launch the web-based system within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then the apps for the Android phones and the iPhones will take about another 2 weeks each. So Android, we're expecting to be released in about 6 weeks, and iPhone in another 2 weeks. After that, about 8 weeks. And these will be apps that people can download. These are things that people are used to doing now. Downloading apps. They're free to download, and they'll be able to then offer them to other people to download, and they'll be on their mailing list. Some of those people will upgrade. Now, even if people join free, let's suppose you join free because you've just got no money, you can't even afford $2 a month. And there will be a few people globally that perhaps are in that position. What happens is you go out and you tell everybody you know to join this, and most people are going to want to upgrade because it gets them into that random mailing matrix. It gets them into the commissions. It gets them into the unlimited levels of mailing rather than just 2 levels. Most people are going to opt to upgrade. So if you go out and you introduce this to 20 people, and if only 5 of them upgrade, as long as you have 5 people upgraded every month, the system will automatically put you in to plan 1. There's no automatic upgrades for the other plans, but once you start making money from plan 1, you can then progress through the plans at your own speed. A lot of people will want to get in all 5 plans straight away, and we're offering at present 65% discount on that for a full 12 months. It's a steal. It's a steal at $40. And I say your autoresponder with somebody like Aweber or GetResponse would cost you more than that for the number of people you would be able to mail, and they wouldn't even see, most of them would not even see your mailings. Everybody is going to see your mailings here. We're going to be launching, as I say, in 4 or 5 weeks, but by then the offer below will be long gone. So grab it now. And you can get it at World Wide Web, goldmailer.club. It's your gold mailer success system. Just imagine what this is going to do for your business. Ignore all the money that you can make from being a part of this. But just imagine what this is going to do for your business as being able to get your message in front of so many people that are buyers. Literally, we don't need you. There's no recruiting here, but we'd like you to share in the prosperity. If you've got any questions, you can ask them now and I will cover them. I'll just put that back on the screen and I'll get back and check if we've got any questions coming up here. If I can find out where it is, it's there. Okay, there are no questions in so far. Have we got any people that have got questions about this, how it's going to work, or about anything else marketing orientated? I'll answer for you. If we have no questions, that's the presentation finished. It is going to change the way that marketing is done online. It is better than email, it's better than an autoresponder, it's better than your conventional email. You know, large numbers of the emails you send get actually stuck in spam folders or blocked by email systems before they even get to the intended recipient. They don't even see it in their inbox to decide whether to open it or not. A large percentage never even get there. And then the open rate, that's why, one of the reasons why the open rate is low. But they've got to then like the subject. They've got to then be turned on by whatever it is you've put in your subject line enough to open up that email. I say, if you've got a 10,000 list and you send an email out, you'd be lucky if 1,000 people open your email. It's probably going to be only 500. You send 10,000 out this way, everybody is going to see your email. Everybody is going to be seeing your offer. Everybody is going to be seeing your advert. If 20% of the people that see your offers click through, 20% of the people, more than would actually open your emails, are going to be clicking through. You're going to get twice as many people actually clicking as normally open your email. This is a steal at $40 a month, and you can get it for 2. You're only be in plan 1, but plan 1 itself is still going to be tremendously effective for you. There's always going to be more people in plan 1 than there is in plan 2, and there's always going to be more people in plan 2 than plan 3, and so on. But the higher up in those plans is where the gold is. And that's why you will have the opportunity to put different offers to people at different levels. Because if you know somebody is happy to be spending $40 a month there in that top plan 5, they're a good prospect for higher offers, higher cost offers, higher commission offers. If you got somebody that's flirting around, just prepared to stick at the $2 level, you don't want to be sending them expensive offers. You want to be sending them something that's relatively low cost. $1, $2, $7. Do the emails get into your back office? No, the emails appear on your desktop. When you send it, it goes out and it appears on everybody's desktop. The first part of the program is web-based, so you don't have anything to download. All you've got to do is log in, set up your email, write your email, click a button, and it's gone. And it goes to everybody that you are allowed to mail instantly. Now, if they're not online, as soon as they log in online, your message pops up. Once we get the apps going, they work a little bit differently. You have to download the app onto your smartphone, and then you can use it and do it from your smartphone using the app. So that works slightly differently. If you've got a smartphone and you still want to use the web-based system, you still can do. You just select your browser on your smartphone and log in to the web system. So that's it. And if people are not getting the emails, if they opt out of the app, they opt out of the commissions. So people aren't going to not see your message. It's going to be there. Any more questions on this or anything else? Let me put that link in so it's clickable for you. Worldwide brand. Not old mailer. This offer will probably be up for, I don't know, a couple of weeks at the most. Depends how many people take it up and how quickly. Because to give away what we're giving away is just crazy, and as I say, you can save 65% for 12 months. It's not locked in for lifetime. We just couldn't afford to do that. But 12 months. Okay. It's nice to see a few people here. I hope you're excited by this. If you don't understand it fully, watch the replay. Just keep watching it until you understand it. This is so powerful. It's going to go global. Let's say people can get in for free and introduce other people, and most people are going to upgrade at least to that $2 level. And when you've got 5 people that upgrade, even as a free member, you can't earn commissions as a free member, but even as a free member, what we do is we store those for you. When you got 5 commissions per month coming in, we automatically upgrade you to that plan 1. And then you start to get all the additional benefits and the potential to earn massive, massive amounts. And to mail a massive list who are going to actually see your message. I mean, that's the real benefit. The real benefit is the size of the list that you will be able to mail that are actually going to receive your message. That is the real benefit, and that really is worth $250 and up per month. And you can get it for 2. It's a no-brainer. No more questions coming in. I'm going to leave that with you. I thank you for being here. If you're not excited, keep watching it, because if you're not excited, you don't understand it. God bless.